everybody. Today is an interesting video because I'm finally going to share a little bit about how you can start to work with your hands to use them as sensing tools for energy of your body, of things that are good for you, of so many things in the world. It really opens up your entire world when you can start to scan the energetics of things and kind of validate even what your intuition is telling you. And of course, it's really important that with anything that you're in your center and be willing to receive whatever answer comes. You know, if we really want something so badly and we influence, of course, that's going to cause a scan to be not accurate. So it's really important that not only when we do this, we also practice our neutrality, where we're not leaning in to get something and we're not leaning back to avoid something, that we really check in with ourselves before we start anything, actually. Any conversation, anything, like, am I in my center before I start this? So what's a good example of how this can help? A more advanced example, like once you really start to work with this, is to test, say you imagine this finger is you, and I check my energetic body, the strength of it, if I were to perhaps take a medication, if I were to have perhaps, not a medication, like obviously not a doctor prescribed one, but let's say a herbal or something like this. Like, I don't ever want to say that this would override any kind of medical advice. This is really important. But even a thought about somebody, you know, when I think this, what does it do to my energy body? When I eat a certain food, what does it do to this energy body? So it really helps to inform us on our choices on a different level, to see, like, is this really giving me more energy, or is this taking away? Is this interaction taking away, or is it giving me something? You know, and innately we know, but it's nice to have that validation to be able to see. And also too, with the things that I want to teach in the future, it's good to have a little bit of basic understanding to be able to do these things yourself. So today, what I want to share is simply how to start to energize and turn your hands on so you can start to sense things. In the palms, there are lots of energy centers, but the main ones that we're going to deal with today are in the very center of the palm. So in the very center of the palm, we have these little minor chakras that really work to engage with the world. They take energy in, they release diseased and used energy, and they really help us to read and help us to sense once they're activated. There's also little ones in the fingertips as well, but again, we're going to focus here. So what I want to do to turn these on is very simply just these few exercises. The first one, I just squeeze my hands and release, squeeze my hands and release, and I continue to do this for a little while. And this helps to release any excess energy in the palms, anything that will cause like a stagnation and reduce your ability to sense. Then I shake them out, and I do a little stretching so that all the meridians in the arms are open. That feels good. And then lastly, I want to line up my hands. So the easiest way to do this is to put your hands into prayer and then spread them apart. This is just a little bit wider than my head, you can see. And I keep the palms aligned, so I'm not, if I turn sideways, bringing one hand way away from the other one. I want to keep a line between the palms, more or less. So what I'm going to start to do is rotate the hands where the palms can still see one another, but I'm not going so far out that they're not even connecting. So you can see here that I'm rotating one direction, and then I start rotating back the other. What this starts to do, you'll notice a tingling sensation that'll start to come into the palm. So I do this back and forth, and this movement starts to get them to turn on. So that if I pull them far apart and I bring them back together, you may notice almost like two magnets coming together where they hit. Coming back together, and as my sensitivity increases, I can see that the palm chakras, or the energy centers around the hands are quite large, and then they can feel and sense one another. So I just bring them in towards one another till I feel that pushback. And this is just my hands starting to sense the bioenergetic field around the body. And it's super simple. It's not woo, it's not magic. It's like we do have an energy around the body. If we didn't, we'd be a corpse. There's something that animates the body. And this is just us turning it on to try to sense it. So the last thing I want you to practice is taking your finger and again, lining it up with the palm. And I imagine that I'm exhaling some energy out my palm, just like a nice white light. And I bring my hand in line with that finger, just till I can almost feel a pushback again. And it takes practice, and it's much easier to do if you're breathing in slowly, exhaling slowly, just regular breathing. even closing your eyes if that helps to increase your sensitivity. And that's it. So if you want to continue to learn with some of the things that I want to teach in the future, I would suggest you start to practice this. And then I'm going to share some cool secrets about what you can do once your hands are activated and how to learn how to sense all the things, even including who do we pick as a leader. There's really cool things that you can do with it. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to my channel so that you get the next updates when I do videos. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.